Hello, folks. This is Detroit Miracle and Corey Gerard, and I'd like to welcome you all to Monster Wars. Yes, I have an exciting battle for all of your enjoyment, pleasures, and purposes. It is between the Golden Fairy Lanae Pervy and Cobra Commander of the Cobra organization. Oh yeah. Now we're inside of the beautiful place and the Golden Fairy Lanae is shown in an advanced techno lab. She and a fairy engineer are then seen looking at the Creeper Maker device. Lanae Pervy got this gadget out of a nightmare, and it apparently replicates dream terrors. So the Golden Fairy says, well, Sento, can you figure out how this thing works? Sento is a pink-skinned female fairy who replies, I don't even know how to turn the darn thing on. Lanae now walks to the lab tools and removes her golden cape, as shown doing so, and next puts her curly hair into a ponytail. She then says, okay, let's try cutting it open. Then suddenly the scene goes to Haddonfield, Illinois, on Earth, which is the home of the immortal killer Michael Myers. Now a building is shown inside of town that almost looks abandoned. There is a female security guard at the outer entrance of it. The motion next enters inside, and then a Cobra symbol is seen on a hallway wall. Then a very speedy motioning takes the scene to a throne room where a masked Cobra commander, 3 Cobra guards, and 2 scientists are seen. The villain commander sits on his throne and now says, yes, this Cobra base will remain the perfect hideout because of the town's main focus on that sicko psycho Michael Myers. Now those guards are shown and heard laughing at that remark. Now a female scientist replies, there are many who'd call you much worse than a psycho, my commander. Then Cobra Commander says, yes, I'm called far worse and for good reasons. Now set the portal device for a test. Next, the scene returns to Lanae Pervy, who's also the warrior queen of the beautiful place. She and her fairy technician are still trying to learn about that nightmare machine, as shown doing so. Then suddenly it emits a red light inside of its projection barrel. Lanae now says, look, something is happening with this thing. So Fairy Sento replies, yes, but what kind of something? Next, the light on that dream construct shuts off. Then a new scene arrives in front of a seated Cobra commander. He now says, I don't have all day, so make ready that portal opener. Then the male scientist turns it on 10 feet in front of their Cobra leader and replies, as you wish, Commander. Next, Lanae and Sento are seen in the lab again. Now Lanae looks concerned and says, something is attempting an intrusion here, so I have to go. She is then shown putting her cape back on. Sento then replies, do you sense a nightmare presence? So Lanae replies, I'll find that out soon enough, and we'll get back to this creep maker later. She next leaves in a hurry, as shown doing so. The scene then returns to Cobra Commander, and he's seen watching a portal slowly open up. He now says, yes, it seems that new treasures await me. as his crimson guards check their laser rifles. Next, the scene returns to the beautiful place and shows the golden fairy in flight. She now portal jumps in mid-air and goes to a colorful region in the beautiful place, as seen doing so. Now Lanae flies through skies which have colored fragments at a surround that are shaped like stars, moons, worlds, and suns of different colors. She then lands at the site of her sense disturbance and then removes her hair ponytail. The grounds around Lanae are colorful too, which show plants, trees, bushes, and streams. Then suddenly a portal opens in front of her, and she now sees Cobra Commander on the other side of it. Lanae then walks closer to that portal as Cobra Commander stands up and steps towards her. She now wonders about this guy in the military uniform who also wears a mirror face mask. And he's curious about her, a gold curly haired lady that wears a white costume with a golden cape. Next, the portal gets more wider, and then Lanae also sees 3 armed guards and 2 Cobra scientists. The Cobra leader then says, "Who is that alien woman?" as seen asking that. Then Lanae replies, "Be gone, intruder, or face your judgment." She next flames up her hair and eyes, and the scientist looks scared. Then Cobra Commander yells, "Guards, deal with this creature now." So his masked guards fire lasers at the golden fairy, but Lanae dodges them on her side of the opening and then flies through it and quickly shocks those guards down with fairy energy. Now the Cobra scientists are shown running out of this room. Lanae then looks at Cobra Commander and says, "Now deal with me yourself." Cobra Commander then says, "I must admit you are impressive, so I have use for you in my service." Then Lanae replies, "I don't serve evil, and who are you?" This tyrant then says, "Oh, I'm the Cobra Commander, and I take what I want." Then all of a sudden, the commander sees other fairies land near the portal opening as the golden fairy faces him. So he pulls his pistol and shoots the portal machine, which closes the opening as fairies are heard saying, "Queen Fairy." That fairy team wasn't able to cross over as shown. The Cobra King then says, "So you are their leader and the queen there." Then Lanae replies, "I am the golden fairy," and then she rushes at the commander, so he fires lasers at her, but she blocks them with a static shield and knocks his pistol out of his hand, while her hair and eyes show flames. Cobra Commander then says, "Oh yes, come and get me, but I like it rough." Lanae next replies, "Then take this, you fiend," and swings a right punch at him, but Cobra Commander grabs her wrist with both of his hands and then quickly puts her right arm behind her back as he moves behind her with it. She then flings her flamed hair back to burn him, but the commander pushes Lanae forward and says, "Is that the best you can do, sweetness?" Now an angry queen turns and replies, "Not really," and then shoots Cobra Commander on his chest with her fairy rays which came from her eyes. He then falls back, but Lanae runs and grabs him up, so the commander hits a button on his helmet mask, then foam comes out of it and covers Lanae's head. The flames next disappear from her hair, and eyes. Cobra Commander then rubs his chest and says, "These fabrics held up better than I expected, so it appears this villain's clothes provide suitable protection for him." Next, the foam vanishes from Lanae's head, so she sees Cobra Commander sitting on his throne in front of her. He then pushes a side button, and then 50 darts shoot at Lanae, but she shields herself with fairy energy, and those darts don't hit her. She then grabs him quick off of his throne and throws him against a wall. Then the commander recovers and throws down a smoke bomb. In 5 seconds, the smoke clears, and Lanae can see that Cobra Commander has vanished. She is then shown walking around this room and says, "That cheap trick wasn't much, so come out and face your fears." Now suddenly Lanae hears the commander laugh, and then the lights go out. He is then heard replying, "Then let us both confront them together." The end. Well, folks, stay tuned for part 2 of this epic struggle.